A US military aircraft carrying over 200 Indian migrants landed in Amritsar on Wednesday, that is 5th February, after taking off from Texas early Tuesday morning. Now, this mass deportation is part of President Donald Trump's aggressive crackdown on illegal immigration, a key promise of his re-election campaign. While the United States has deported undocumented migrants for years, the use of military aircraft like the C-17 Globemaster instead of a commercial flight has raised eyebrows due to its very unusual high cost and symbolic impact. Everybody is asking, why is the US using military planes instead of a commercial flight? Let me help you with that. Traditionally, the US deports illegal immigrants using commercial charter flights operated by US Immigration and Customs Enforcement. These flights function similarly to any regular commercial airlines, but are specifically arranged for deportation, making them a cost-effective option. However, the Trump administration has chosen to use military aircraft which are significantly more expensive. Now, to put the cost into perspective, a commercial deportation flight costs around $630 per immigrant, as most flights operate using ICE chartered commercial plane. In contrast, a military deportation flight on C-17 Globemaster costs an estimated $4,675 per migrant, which is more than even 5 times the cost of using a commercial flight. Additionally, the cost to operate a C-17 military transport aircraft is a staggering $28,500 per hour. Now, this makes the use of military planes for deportation an incredibly costly strategy, specifically for long-haul hours like the one to India. Previously, these military deportation flights had only been used to return migrants to any nearby countries like Guatemala, Honduras, Peru, or anyone that was nearby. The Indian flight marks the longest military deportation mission so far, raising question about why Trump is willing to spend so much taxpayers' money on these removals. So, let's talk about the answers now. There are 2 key reasons behind this particular move. First is symbolism and tough stance on illegal immigration. Trump has consistently portrayed illegal migrants as aliens and criminals who are invading America. By using military aircraft, he is sending a strong political message that his administration is cracking down hard on illegal migration. The optics of migrants being shackled and loaded onto military planes reinforce their image of being tough on border security. Recently, while speaking to Republican lawmaker, Trump proudly declared, "For the first time in the history, we are locating and loading illegal aliens into military aircrafts and flying them back to the places where they belong to." He said that we are respected again after years of laughing at us like we are stupid people. Now comes the second reason, speeding up deportation. Trump has made it very clear that he wants illegal immigrants removed quickly rather than keeping them in detention center while they appeal their case. He has stated that I don't want them sitting in camps for the next 20 years. I want them out, and countries have got to take them back. Using military planes allows the government to fast-track deportation without the delays associated with regular commercial flights or legal challenges from migrant rights groups. In the meantime, not all countries have accepted these military deportation flights without resistance. Colombia, as an example, refused to allow a US military flight carrying deportees to land. The country's president stated that he would only accept deportations on civilian planes, not military aircrafts. Now, to avoid diplomatic dispute, Colombia instead sends its own plane to get their people back home. Many Latin American leaders have expressed concern over the US military's involvement in deportation, recalling past instances of US military intervening in their country. Another example, Mexico's president has raised concern about national sovereignty, stating that they can act within its own border, but when it comes to Mexico, we will defend our sovereignty and coordinate through dialogue. Then comes Indians. The United States government has identified approximately 18,000 Indian migrants who entered the country illegally. The flight that landed in Amritsar was just the beginning. Many more deportation flights are expected in coming months, and a large portion of these migrants are from Punjab and Gujarat, states that have seen a significant rise in illegal migration attempts via Mexico or even Canada. In fact, 41,330 Gujaratis have entered the US illegally in recent years, and while 5,340 received asylum under the Asylum Act. Many others, like those on this flight, are now being sent back. Every year, thousands of Gujaratis and Punjabis attempt risky, illegal crossing into the United States, with some getting caught, others being deported, and unfortunately, some even losing their lives in the process. With Trump ramping up deportation, more Indian migrants could face the same fate. In the meantime, the debate over whether military deportation flights are necessary or simply political theatre will likely to continue.